It's good to see you again.
Something I was seeing a lot of kind of short recently.
Yeah.
Maybe they cut those Noxious Inventors loot hoards just for a faster card draw, because of course you have to wait till turn 4 to start cycling with the Noxious, so maybe they're looking to speed things up. But Ty's going with the old-fashioned Noxious Inventor there. Coin into Justica.
I love that play from Stancifka. He says, I'm going to need some extra health, and I need to get it as fast as I can. And it's nice to see that with events, we're seeing a bit more diversity from all players and different tech cards as well.
Yes, so it just changes the strategy from the players and they build an lineup. So that's the one thing I always loved about the old last year's standing. The one from last year's standing is you can snowball like control one deck, and it did come down sometimes just just line up in a row as with the lineup. The combat stand, this seems pretty stable to me. I quite like it. Yeah, it's a good middle round, right? Best of both worlds. So Ty's is just kind of drawing cards here. Stancifka is rinsing that Euro Powerball. Ty's is putting no pressure on the board. And Ty's is starting to smash some arm right here, which won't really matter the grand scheme of things. Stancifka is just looking to wear down Ty's. But Stancifka, I mean, Ty's. Yeah, milling something like the foursome would have been just huge. Temple BGH comes down into another armor up, so Stancifka going to be very consistent with his game plan here. Play a minion, armor up. I think losing the Acolyte wasn't too bad for Ty's.
It was the best.
And I think having a healthy lifestyle definitely complements kind of a game where you have to use your brain a lot. Especially with those bits where you're waiting, you might kind of lose focus, staying on point, getting those nice Mucula's bananas in, giving yourself a buff, giving some brain power there.
Turns out bananas are pretty good. So Ty's here, he's got the double frothing, he's got the war song, he's got a whirlwind effect, but he doesn't have more than one whirlwind effect for the time being. So I think he's got to start, he's got to be a little worried right now, because I don't see how he's going to push through all that armor if he lets the game go on. So he might just pull the trigger immediately. I mean, he's got the war song, he can play Patron, he can play frothing, he can play Inner Rage. He's got the opportunity, if he wants to whittle down some of his opponent's armor, and he gets about 2 rounds of it over the course of the game.
Well, this is it. Stancifka kind of did against Ty's. He kind of sustained through the first Patron. He sustained for the second Patron and just removed all the threats. So I think Stancifka is going for the same game plan here. Let him play his Patron turns, deal with them, start to build up more health and armor, let him do it again, and then remove them and just kind of stall them out, go to fatigue.
And now Ty's has to choose what he wants to do, trading or shield slamming. The trade is fine because ultimately you are getting the extra 2 damage on the Frothing Berserker. I mean, granted, you're not really doing much to the armor count from Stancifka, and that's the reason why Control Wire is deemed one of the better counters, I guess, against Patron Warrior. And this is kind of why. You see here the Brawl, for 1 of 2, by the way. He's got a second Brawl in hand. For Stancifka, he can still wait for the second wave of Patrons and respond in the exact same manner and keep stacking armor. There's really no hurry.
Another thing as well is with Harrison, Slam, whatever.
I mean, Ty's has removal, but he's also drawn a lot more, I think, than Stancifka. I don't know what the card count it is exactly. If we could get a view of the card count, that'd be great. I just feel like Ty's is, he's drawn a bit more with the Acolyte of Pain play that Stancifka forced him into. We saw the Noxious Inventor earlier. Stancifka only played, I think, an Acolyte for a card draw.
Armor up and pass?
Yeah.
Oh, Deathswipe's fine.
Yeah, you can play just about anything, really.
I like Deathswipe because he can set up for a Grom, and then he only has to commit 1 minion to board, which would be Grom, which will hit for 10, and then he can armor up again. So he's just playing the same game plan, 1 minion at a time. Yeah,
you may want to make Ty's use his removal, though, right? Like, you just play Grom without, I was going to say, the ability for Ty's to execute it. You play Grom for 8. Ty's has to then slam it, or shield slam it, or use one of his resources other than execute to kill your Grom, which means you'll be able to force him into surrendering the important removal for when you play bigger threats.
Armor up and pass, wow. Another thing to consider with all this armoring up from Ty's, he never took any damage to his health, so his battle rages become less efficient, but on the flip side, he's drawn a lot of cards already,
yeah, he
so
did.
It might actually be fine. Maybe a blessing in disguise that he doesn't draw,
he doesn't
overdraw.
Want to draw, I think, at this point. He knows that Stancifka put him in a position where he would be a little bit ahead on draw. Ty's has drawn a tiny bit more than Stancifka has, and he doesn't want to get any more card draw given the choice. Now Ty's getting Harrison Jones here again. He would draw a card, trigger the AoE, able to execute Grom if he wants to. Shield Slam is still an option, which I think he might take that opportunity right now.
Yeah,
there's a chance.
The Death Spite says to Ty's, I'm going to be swinging for 10 soon. You need to do something. It actually doesn't look like he's going to bother.
I don't think, you almost don't care, because right now, what's going on is Stancifka with a coined Justicar True Heart. I mean, we did state when he was played that it was very important, but it's basically game-winning in and of itself, right? There's almost no way that I can even think about where Ty's is. Oh my god, the
armor.
Or Stancifka, that's it. This has to be sealing the game, right? Talking about a total of 8 armor just from a single AoE effect.
And then he can use his own Death Spite if he
Another
wants.
round of it if he wants.
Really punch his armor up total. The armor beyond Ty's reach.
Yeah, Tice might stick around to get information, but right now, I think the most damage I've seen Frothing Berserker combos do, even with a full-on board, is something around the 75 mark. The Stancifka is at 66. Tice already used the Frothing, already used the Patron Wave. He doesn't really have that many Whirlwind effects.
Another thing to consider as well, you could think that, wait, Stan, you're giving Ty's minions to interact with the Patron, but they're Armor Smiths. Anytime they get hit by a Whirlwind effect, he's going to gain so much health.
He might kill one of his own minions. I mean, I wouldn't fault Stancifka for killing his own things to avoid a crazy Frothing. But
and he gains 2 armor.
Yeah, I just can't imagine how...
Oh, Harrison just took 36 damage of Shield Slam to the face.
In before Wrathguard.
Oh, man.
There's a Armor Smith there for Tice. He's still looking, for a second Whirlwind for the Warsong Commander. He's going to be able eventually to get a Patron turn, but you can't Whirlwind without killing the Armor Smith, so you'll have to go for Warsong Commander, Patron, Frothing Berserker, right? And then attack both Armor Smiths, killing them with Patrons, and then you start AoEing down the board. You hope your Patrons, if I want to.
It's being grinded out by this Control Warrior.
Just playing his 2 Armor Smiths. He's trying to set up, he's hoping Stancifka makes a blunder and leaves the minions alive so he can get some armor of his own and get a really big damage turn. I don't think Stancifka will make that mistake.
You might see a Cruel Taskmaster and execute here.
Yeah, I think that's definitely in the range of plays that Stancifka would be considering.
Because he kills his own Cruel Taskmaster there as well. Oh, it just goes for more armor.
Why not? When in doubt, armor up.
It's crazy.
Oh my god.
Well,
Finish him! What's left in Tice's deck? What is that last card?
1 Death Spite maybe? Or have we seen both?
I believe we've seen only the one, so I think you might be right. You might be right. I think Tice is going to wait 1 turn if he's going to do that. Oh, alright, so Tice is pulling the trigger on the Brawl. Maybe he wins it. If he does, gives him a small chance. And he does.
Hey! Something goes in Tice's favor.
It's a bad matchup, granted. It is a bad matchup.
It's a bad matchup also when you play it like Stancifka. He's already played this matchup specifically so many times, he knows everything he's doing is clinical. It's he understands the process he has to go through with his cards, with his plays, to win the game. Some of the Control Warriors who are less experienced might just start developing those minions, playing threats when they're not necessary, playing the 50 game for Stan, he's fine with it. A little slow, it brings the game to a grind, he knows where he's going with this. That's the last death fight. Dice will be able to get some extra Whirlwind effect next turn, that's the last push he's ever getting. That's it. His turn is all he's got. If that doesn't work, which it shouldn't. What he's hoping right now that the second Brawl is at the very bottom of Stancifka's deck, and his board does not get answered at all. Armor pass, for sure. I like it. Stancifka's I can play 50 game here, you want to blow up the trigger, on board, I got my Brawl. And here we go, Dice's last valiant effort. And so there's so much hate for Patron in the world. I'm sure people are watching this going, yeah, Patron, you're getting what you deserve.
Well, I mean, some people are saying, some people will be doing that for sure, but other people will be saying, can we please just force Tice to concede the game? Because this is Resident Sleeper, right? It is literally going through the motions. It is the best example of that.
I think Shield Slam here.
Yeah, you kill your own Patron on 5-1 after you attack, and then you get yourself another Whirlwind effect for more Patrons. You free up some space on the board.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then you're able to get another round of 6 damage.
We're about to see you concede, guys. Don't worry. As soon as our Brawl comes down.
Tice is looking at the damage, and he's just literally face-desking. He's like, wow. This is ridiculous. You want to talk ridiculous? Talk Justicar Trueheart. I wonder how happy Stancifka was when he picked it up very early in the game, right? Because if he didn't have it, the amount of armor he would have gotten was a lot smaller than what he did get.
Yeah, he played to the strength of Justica, and I think as soon as he got that Justica, he realized, you know what, I'll just fatigue this guy,
Yeah.
Turn 5 Justica, I'll be able to armor up every turn. I'll be able to respond to all his threats, my weapons, my removal.
If I can't answer immediately, I still have the armor to buy me time. Right?
Exactly. So Stan takes that game. Patron falling short once again.
All right, so Control War is out of the way. Thank the gods. And now we've